Hi guys, it's your True Slayer. Good morning, happy Saturday, and happy Easter tomorrow for you guys. Thank you first of all for stopping by. Please make sure you like, share, and thumbs up the video. It's been a minute since we just had a chit chat while driving. Okay, let's go over first of all a few things that's happened in the news, at least with me, that I am happy about. One thing is that the Major League Baseball Association has decided to move the All-Star game from Georgia, from Atlanta. It was supposed to be held in Atlanta, but they've in June. I believe it's June, coming up, June or July. But they decided to move it after, as a total result, after the voting law that was passed in Georgia, which basically is modern day Jim Crow, the suppression of votes. And if one thing that we've learned in 1955, the boycott of the buses in Montgomery, Alabama, when Rosa Parks, the mother of the civil rights movement, when she decided, no, I'm not doing this. Once you take a stand and the economic is affected, then it gets the attention of both sides of the political aisle. It gets your conservatives, your liberals, your whatever. It gets both sides. Your economy. And this was so big because this was also a tribute to Hank Aaron. And if you know anything about Hank Aaron stood up for all civil rights. So this is huge. I am glad, I'm proud, I stand with that decision, I support it. Although, disclosure, no, I'm not a baseball fan. But I am a fan of human rights, civil rights. And this right here this is huge. I was listening to the news this morning, and of course you have the governor of Georgia, who is definitely adamant, protesting it, saying that it's not right that you're mixing baseball, an American pastime, with politics. Well, look, if it gets you back to that table, because that voting rights law that was passed, that was definitely modern day Jim Crow. I specifically didn't talk about it when it first happened, because I wanted to gather my thoughts and make sure when I did discuss it, I knew what I was talking about from all sides. I did not want to be labeled that, well, you're repeating a lie or misinformation. No, I didn't want to do that. So after some diligent research and getting the facts from multiple sources of the media, not just your liberal media outlets, but also your conservative outlets. It really is. It's just a modern day Jim Crow. So shout out to the Major League of Baseball for making that decision not to have the All-Star game in Atlanta, especially when it's honoring such a great man, Hank Aaron, who stood for civil rights. That would be tantamount to I would say, spitting in his eye. Okay, moving along. Oh, the other story that's happening in the news is the Congressman Matt Gaetz from Florida. Yes, United States Congressman Matt Gaetz. This whole being allegedly accused of having paying for sex with women, but also sex trafficking, having sex with a 17-year-old girl. Matt Gaetz and a local former, I want to say he's a former treasurer for the state of Florida, have been accused of paying for sex with different women, and one of those women have come out as allegedly is a 17-year-old girl. Now, my thoughts are, all of this is allegedly. However, if it's one minor, and I say minor, I mean in like almost adult, 17-year-old, I think there definitely will be others. Yeah, mixed in with fully grown women, but I do, because that's what you're doing. This right here story has been very intriguing because when Congress, they passed the bill on sex trafficking, and the intriguing part is everyone from both sides, you had your Democrats and your Republicans, they all voted. You know, pretty much every human being, except for one congressman who voted against it. Now, ultimately, the bill did pass. But who do you think the one congressman that voted against that bill for trafficking? Matt Gaetz. That's why it's intriguing. And a few days ago, I saw he did an interview on Fox News Network with Tucker Carlson, and everybody knows Tucker Carlson. And even Tucker Carlson, you have to check that interview out. His face, Matt Gaetz was trying to say, do you remember when we had dinner? This girl and that, Tucker Carlson was saying, no, I don't remember that. No. And it was weird. When you got your own host, conservative host, which, you know, Fox is a friendly place for your conservatives. Just like, let's be honest, CNN is a friendly place for your liberals or your Democrats. This is where we're at. It is what it is. But when you have a place that's going to give you a softball interview, and the host of that, you got him stunned, perplexed, and he is saying, you're saying, Matt Gaetz, and you remember when we had dinner and with this girl and that, and Tucker was saying, no, I don't remember that. And after that interview, Tucker Carlson said, well, that was strange. Basically, he threw his ass under the bus. Matt Gaetz threw him under the bus and then backed up the bus and ran over his ass again. But I am keeping my eye on that story. And see now, okay, the elephant in the room. The biggest story that's going on now is the George Floyd trial. Disclaimer. I am not watching it all day, you know, I'm not doing that. But I am getting my cliff notes, you know, I'll come and I'll catch the news, whether it's ABC, NBC, Fox, whatever, and see what happened in the news, what happened today, you know, that day in court. But the reason I'm not, because then I was talking to a friend of mine. In all honesty, I look at it like this. As a black woman, African American, however you want to describe it, I have watched so many incidents where we knew involving police brutality or killing an unarmed man, woman, black man or woman. And you caught it on tape and you knew, okay, yeah, he's going to jail, but nothing happened. And it's just so disheartening and crushing to go through that. I want justice, but I don't want to get my hopes up, and I'm sorry. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with our country, the judicial system. That's where I'm at. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I do want justice. So I'm not staring, you know, watching the court case, the proceeding. Normally I would have, because I'm a junkie on information, gathering information. I would have been watching it all day long. I'm not. And as I told my friend, I said, example, no one has been arrested for Breonna Taylor's death. What about, let's go down there, Tamir Rice. What was his name? Fidel Castro. We watched this man get shot, killed live streaming it. It's his girlfriend. Nothing. You name it. And we've seen these things, and nothing has happened. I mean, I know you had a couple incidents. The guy in Texas, where the officer, the female police officer that came into the apartment, mistaken his apartment for her apartment and shot him. Okay, she did go to prison. But the judge showed her mercy, compassion, just gave her a Bible. And my thought is right now, and I'm being very careful when I say his words. If you're a black man or woman and you're driving your car and you get stopped, you may die. If you're in your own home and an officer mistaken your house for somebody else, you could die. If you're in the yard having a barbecue, picnic, your yard, you could die. And so I'm just not in a good headspace right now, because there's been so many times that, to me, they have gotten away with murder. I'm not gonna call it anything else but murder. So I have hope, but I don't want to have too much hope and be disappointed and feel like I was drop kicked. If this man is acquitted of George Floyd's murder. Now, do I have the answer to what to do? No. I don't know. But I know there's just been so many times that black people have been done wrong, have not gotten justice that they've deserved. And now that we've seen it being streamed, how many times do we have to see this? Now I do know, okay, I think it was Walter Scott in Charleston. That officer was convicted. Of course, now this shouldn't be equated with it, but Dylan Roof, the white boy that came and sat in the church with the black people doing a prayer meeting, and he shot him, killed all those people. Okay, yes, he was convicted, but it's not enough. If I can name 15 cases where officers got away or were not either charged or convicted, but can only name 3, maybe 4 at the most, where the officer was convicted and charged with the killing of a black man or woman, something is wrong with those numbers. And so it's very disheartening. You know, I will keep up with the news, but I will not be just watching it like I would have, say, a year ago. I won't do that. I'm trying to think, anything else big? Well, you guys already know that I got my injection. Monday will be 2 weeks, so I'll be out of the little zone. Should be pretty much safe. There is a surge in the COVID rising. Yes, it's getting warm. Yes, you have spring break, and you have all the states, most of them, lifting the mask mandates. So, you know, we just have to see how that play out. The last time that I did really listen to the news or something about it, I know that there was not enough people yet that had been vaccinated to create herd immunity. So that's kind of creepy and scary. I don't know if anything else right now has been going on. But anyway, guys, I am at my destination. And I thank you guys for riding with me. I appreciate you. I love you. Sincerely, I do. I appreciate you. I'll take my little 2 or 3 people that rock with True Slayer, that's authentic, any day. And I'm okay with it. This is your girl, True Slayer, and I'm out for the day. At least for now. Blessings, peace, sun, and light.